So you said last time, like in order for a developer to really get into the game, most time you have to like work under like a JV with an established developer, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So at what point can you branch out on your own and not have to ride with another person in the car?
From a tax credit type perspective, so community development, let's break out community development and commercial real estate. Commercial real estate, if you have money, you can go tomorrow. Like a billionaire can literally go and hire development consultants and just put up a development if he wanted to. So you can do that with no problem. Community development tax credit, I wouldn't recommend it because the returns are probably not going to be what you want them to be, and they don't have the same vested interest in them. You don't know what's going on. You're probably going to lose your money, but you can do it. From the community development perspective, when you're trying to develop these communities and tax credit deals and affordable housing, AHEC is the governing council of all tax credit equity investors. They set a standard that was $1 million of liquidity and $5 million in net worth. So that's really the start and the finish. Again, if you
To
have
do
money, you
what?
can
To
do it.
develop?
To be able to get the tax credit equity investor to allow you to be the developer.
You have to have $1 million in liquid and $5
$5
million
million
dollar net worth.
That's pretty much the standard. But as deals get larger, if you're doing a $50+ million deal, they're gonna want to see a little bit more. And typically they want to see the experience, but like that is, if there was a benchmark, that would be it. And most of the time when we starting out, $1 million of cash and or $5 million in net worth is not really there for folks. So you got a JV and partner, like we explained in the last episode, to be able to get to that point. So now, like, I'm there. I'm doing like Harbor District. It's on my own. I'm bringing in a good friend of mine who's been doing my development consultant, Michael and Mim, and we're just gonna partner on it. I I stand on my own and everything, but he's a brother that I really trust and respect. So it's like, no, let's just do this together. So it's not like I needed him at all. And frankly, he doesn't need me, but it makes sense for us to like share, divide, and conquer that. To answer your question earlier about like, how do you know when it's too much? Um, right now, I mean, I just hired my first person a couple months ago. It's been me this whole time, full time. That's why I don't put out this content. I'll just be working, literally.
Wow.
Like I've been a staff of one. I had people assisting, and even the person that I hired, she's been helping for like two years or so. But full time is just me and one other person right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I am primarily doing the work. It's not like I'm having team members do it. Like I'm at these community meetings. I'm meeting with the folks. I'm putting together the financial models. I'm looking at the construction plans. Like I'm doing it.
When you broke down the financial model by square foot the last time we spoke, I mean, that blew me away. And so I'm now looking at you going from 140 unit development to now in Birmingham where we got 1,100 mixed unit.
Yeah.
Talk about scaling that and what that looks like for you. Since you're talking about just being the sole person doing it.
For sure. So partnerships, that's another key. One, I felt the market was changing. I didn't know it would be this stark in terms of the interest rates, but I knew like we've been on the wave, like '08 hit, boom, really from 2010 to like 21, 22. That was a run that real estate hasn't seen. Real estate is cyclical. It goes up and it goes down. It's literally like this all the time. So I'm like, yo, it's time that it's going to go down. So I intentionally didn't do any new developments. I was just working on the construction of 1402, 1887 in Montello. So I have right now 3 projects, little over 300 units under construction right now in Wisconsin. So I was like, let me just focus on that. But simultaneously, I was looking for how do I plan for the future where my time right now may not yield this return, but my time later will. So I started to reach out I built a partnership with Integral and Egbert and their team, and I started looking at master plan developments. So that's what I was talking about before. I didn't really get hit by the recession much because all of my stuff was already kind of out the ground. It's just being built. All my financing is in order. I put a pause on anything new. But as I was pausing, I was working on this larger term stuff. So I ended up getting 1,100 units awarded that we're developing with Smithfield Court. That's in Birmingham. And we just received the $50 million grant on that. And I also got about 900 units awarded.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so that's about 300, with the market rate stuff, about 350 million in just the 1,100. And then I have 900 units at Tom Brown in Birmingham that I'm developing as well. The way you can do that is like I looked at capacity. We're doing the $50 million is broken out into 7 deals. I'm doing a deal a year for the next 7 years. And when I talked about the funding gaps, right? Okay, you have the loan, you have the tax credit equity, but then you got to fill the rest. The $50 million is the gap filler for the rest. So I have a pre-funded 7-deal run based on $50 million of a grant that was awarded from the federal government. So for me, that was capacity. Like I don't need to do 7, 8 deals right now because I'm a small team. But if I could build 7, 8, 9, 10 deals in my pipeline over however much time, that was the key. So I'm doing 7 affordable deals for Birmingham and Smithfield with 2 market rate deals. And then the other one, I have about 7 phases. So every year I'm going to do really 2 deals a year in Birmingham.
So that's Secretary Fudges, who the person you were working with.
Secretary
so,
Fudges.
I mean, if people don't know, she's the head of HUD.
She is.
So how did you develop a relationship with her? Were you on her radar, or did somebody introduce you? Because relationships are important. We always talk about that. When did that relationship develop?
You know what's interesting? I knew people around, but I didn't meet her until the day she brought the award.
Wow.
I didn't meet her until that day. She brought the $50 million check, and we, met then. Prior to that, who does know her, Randall Woodfin, Mayor Woodfin out of Birmingham, he knows her. So it's relationships, like you said. If the mayor knows her and the councilwoman knows her, and we are all aligned in this development together, I mean, this is what we are pushing for at that point. I didn't need to know her because they knew her, And I will say we put together one of the best proposals they've probably ever seen. It's super unique to get that Choice Neighborhood Grant it's been around for some years. It really was Hope 6 first. So Egbert is the pioneer of Hope 6. HUD asked him, consulting on the model, et cetera. Now we have this, it's broken out into 3 tiers: housing, neighborhood, and people. Those 3 tiers are super important to HUD because it's not just about housing. Like you were saying earlier, like we need food, we need shelter. We're moving a library, putting that into the development. We are also doing a social innovation campus that the city is going to run and govern. In our senior building, that's 101 units that we just applied for tax credits on. The lower level is an early childhood education center. So we have 101 seniors that will now volunteer with the kids. So the kids will be teaching the seniors and the seniors will be teaching the kids. Like there are models within models. It's not about the buildings. It's about, the broader play. But HUD realized that. The applicant was the Housing Authority of Birmingham District, 100% black led. The co-applicant is the City of Birmingham, 100% black led. The housing leads is a partnership between Rural Enterprises and the Integral Group, 100% black led and owned. The Ascent Project is running the people side, 100% black led, which is a subsidiary of Integral. And the neighborhood, again, is the City of Birmingham. First time we've ever seen one of these really, really large scale developments be 100% black, which I think tells a story. So that might have been why Secretary Fudges
as you were saying, I'm thinking a common thing. We saw this happen in Milwaukee, and we've seen it happen in Birmingham. We had the opportunity to sit down with Mayor Woodfin, and he was telling us, like, we were in Atlanta, but we flew over, and he was like, look, everything that they have, we can have here.
100%.
And we can control it.